Hi everyone, especially Judy. Today I'm going to talk about Hollywood and American economy. This is my content. General information is creating and supporting jobs in film and television creates available and so after export benefits millions of Americans. With jobs in every state and the diversity of skills and trades, the film and television industry supports an incredibly dynamic US creative economy. Demand and supply. Basically, demand is our desired product, supply is product. Let's talk more about demand and supply. The law of demand and supply. The economic relationship between sellers and buyers of different commodities is established by this law. The supply and demand theory states that a product's price is determined by its availability and demand from buyers. A high-priced item is more likely to be provided to the market by sellers. Despite the high price, buyers can perceive a negative impact on the product. An individual might start buying a less expensive product if he or she believes the product isn't worth the high cost. A rise in price can result in a fall demand and a fall in supply may follow. Let's talk about demand. A consumer's demand is determined by their willingness and ability to purchase a wide range of goods at various prices. As long as prices remain stable, commodities will remain in demand. Once the products are too expensive, however, buyers will stop purchasing them, this decreasing demand. Supply is the price and availability of products and services determine their supply. If the price increases and stays high, more and more people will purchase the product in order to earn a profit. Supply and demand change rapidly. The sellers must adjust their supply to meet demand and price changes. The changes may be seasonal, temporary, or permanent. COVID-19 and Hollywood. As a result of pandemic safety protocols now used on all sets, the production budgets are already bloated. As a result of all COVID costs we are incurring in production today, Petek says that they weren't anticipated. There is information that the cost of production shows of films has already increased 50% to 30% due to new items like personal protective equipment and testing as well as increasing of COVID staff. The cost of hotels has also risen as cities get busier again, as have other production-related costs. According to the source, what used to be $140 a night on a crew deal for a hotel is now close to $200. US economy and Hollywood. Basically, in Hollywood, movies have a powerful economic impact. Because of the need to prepare costumes and materials for the production of a film, there are many jobs available. Film and television jobs cover a wide range of skills and trades in every state. Approximately 2 million people are employed in this industry, which pays more than 190 billion in wage annually. Jobs in the industry range from special effects technicians to makeup artists to writers to set builders to ticket takers. The production of a movie or television show on location contributes to the local economy by providing jobs, revenue, and development on infrastructure. Let's talk about Hollywood movie demand and supply factors. It's easy to see why Hollywood studios want to produce as many movies as possible because the demand rate is so high. The market for movies is heavily influenced by economic and social factors affecting viewership. People with better education and higher occupational status tend to attend cinemas more often than the illiterate and the poor. Demand for products and services is also affected by environmental factors. NRS films industry success is significantly affected by the availability of cinemas and the level of community development. What is the contribution of Hollywood movies to GDP? American movies contribute more to labor force the economy than culturally and creatively. A government report estimates that the creative industry led by Hollywood generates about 5,004 billion or just 2.2 percent of all goods and services produced in the US. According to US Bureau of Economic Analysis and the National endowment for the arts. The creative sector contributed more than 4.3 trillion to the gross domestic product of United States in 2011, the most recent data available. GDP measures the nation's production of goods and services. In addition to Hollywood advertising, cable TV production, broadcasting, publishing, performing arts, and other fields, Sunny Langer, the Advanced Research Director, said the yardstick was developed in partnership with Bureau of Economic Analysis. Statistic will now measure the contribution of the nation's creative sector to the nation's economy annually, just as they do with tourism, healthcare, and other industries. In a statement in EA, Senior Deputy Chairman John said, art and culture are important elements of the US economy, not only for the contributions they make to innovations, but also for jobs creation and GDP. Let's talk about facts. My first facts about Avatar. Official budget for Avatar was 237 million. Due to Cameron's groundbreaking use of visual effects in collaboration with Weta Digital in Wellington, but other estimates put the production cost as 280 million to 310 million and the promotion cost at 150 million. My second fact about Avengers Endgame. December 2018 was the date of announcements of the official title. The film's estimated budget is 356 to 400 million, making it among the most expensive films ever, according to IMDb. Let's talk about fun facts. In protest to the lack of breaks, Downey left jars of urine around the Zodiac sets as symbols of exhaustion. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace communication device is actually a sensor accelerator. When the movie X-Men required them to play chess, Patrick Stewart and Mark Kellen had never played before. One of the cry signs in Mad Max was filmed in George Miller's own vehicle, when the filmmakers were sort of fools. Let's talk about my fun facts part 2. In The Notebook, Ryan Gosling was cast at no because the director wanted someone not handsome. Gold paint was used up in New Zealand because of The Hobbit. Hercules in New York, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, it was the accident. Let's talk about my 3 things I learned. My first task was to learn that Hollywood serials provide America with great economic support as well as cultural inspiration. The second fact that I learned was that the Avatar movie was Hollywood's most profitable film. Lastly, I learned a fun fact. I learned that a crash sign in Mad Max was filmed in George Miller's own car when the filmmakers lacked funds. 2 things I would apply in my life. To begin with, I want to create a creative project of this sort in my own country after seeing how Hollywood helped America economically. Second part, when I saw how COVID-19 affected Hollywood, I decided I had to be prepared for such various disasters if I intend to start my own businesses. Finally, one thing I would like to explore. My desire is to see how film production companies operate up close. That's my reference, and thanks for attention.